The bond between a mother and son is eternal and transcends even the greatest losses, the Duke of Sussex said in a speech. Prince Harry spoke from the heart as he accepted the Pat Tillman Award for service at the 2024 ESPY Awards on Thursday, July 11th. As he took the stage following a moving tribute by 3 Invictus Games alumni, Harry thanked the Pat Tillman Foundation, co-founded by Pat Tillman's widow, Marie Tillman Shelton, who was present at the ceremony on Thursday night. He then paid tribute to Tillman's mother, Mary Tillman, who previously criticized ESPN's choice to award the Duke of Sussex as this year's recipient. I'd like to begin by expressing my deepest gratitude to everyone at the Pat Tillman Foundation, led by Marie Tillman Shelton, who I'm so honored is here tonight. I'd also like to acknowledge the Tillman family, especially Mrs. Mary Tillman, Pat's mother, Harry said. Her advocacy for Pat's legacy is deeply personal and one that I respect. The bond between a mother and son is eternal and transcends even the greatest losses, he continued, evoking the memory of his own mother, Princess Diana, who died in a car crash when he was 12. The Duke of Sussex, who served in the British Army for 10 years and undertook 2 tours in Afghanistan, was honored on Thursday for his significant contributions to the veteran community through the Invictus Games, which he founded in 2014. The adaptive sports competition for wounded, injured, and sick service personnel and veterans has been held 6 times since its debut 10 years ago. He was joined by his wife, Meghan Markle, who sat beside him in the audience as they watched an emotional video featuring Invictus Games athletes sharing the profound impact of the event Harry founded. ESPYs host Serena Williams, a close friend of Meghan and Harry, gave a nod to the couple during her opening monologue. She then took the stage to introduce the 3 heroes, Invictus Games competitors, who received a standing ovation from the audience at the Dolby Theater in Los Angeles. Meghan stood and applauded as her husband took the stage, where he held the award and delivered speech, but not before making sure the Invictus Games athletes stayed on the stage with him. "You need to be with me," he said. Elsewhere in the speech, Prince Harry said, "The truth is, I stand here not as Prince Harry, Pat Tillman Award recipient, but rather a voice on behalf of the Invictus Games Foundation and the thousands of veterans and service personnel from over 20 nations who have made the Invictus Games a reality. This award belongs to them, not to me," he continued. That said, it is of great importance to me to highlight these allies, athletes, and their amazing families for their achievements, their spirit, and their courage at every opportunity, especially on nights like this in front of people like you. Moments like these help us reach those that need Invictus the most and reduce the more than 20 veterans a day taking their own lives in this country alone. Referencing the Invictus Games milestone anniversary, he said, "This year, we are celebrating 10 years of witnessing life-changing impact and healing through sport. And while so much progress has been made since those first games, the world outside seems to be in an even more precarious state. We live in an age marked by polarization and division. Conflicts rage around the globe. Anger and resentment towards those who are different seem to pervade societies everywhere. Our community challenges that. Our community proves that unity is not just possible, but formidable," Harry said, after it was announced on June 27th that Prince Harry would receive the Pat Tillman Award for service, named in honor of the NFL player who enlisted in the military after 9/11 and died in Afghanistan in 2004 at age 27. Mary Tillman told the Daily Mail, "I am shocked as to why they would select such a controversial and divisive individual to receive the award. There are recipients that are far more fitting. There are individuals working in the veteran community that are doing tremendous things to assist veterans, Mary continued. These individuals do not have the money, resources, connections, or privilege that Prince Harry has. I feel that those types of individuals should be recognized. ESPN said in a statement following Mary's comments, ESPN, with the support of the Tillman Foundation, is honoring Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, specifically for the work of the Invictus Games Foundation as it celebrates its 10th year promoting healing through the power of sport for military service members and veterans around the world. While we understand not everyone will agree with all honorees selected for any award, the Invictus Games Foundation does incredible work, and ESPN believes this is a cause worth celebrating. Prince Harry's work with the Invictus Games has had a positive impact on service personnel and veterans, with retired Chief Master Sergeant Garrett Kawada telling People in 2023 that the sporting competition was integral to his healing process. Even just now when I looked out, everybody's got a smile on their face. Every competitor that's out there, they're smiling, and they're from all different countries, he said. I'm so grateful that Prince Harry put this together for us veterans to come together and use this as part of our healing process. And we're healing because everybody is smiling. Garrett's wife, Joey, said the Invictus Games gave him purpose, adding that the games have been life-saving for Garrett and others. This is life-saving to a lot of people, she said. This is something that veterans from our story, Garrett and I's story, it saved his life. He looks forward to competing. It gives him purpose. It gives him something to strive for. He's retired, and his only job is to be an athlete, to be a competitor. And so, for something like this to have for these injured servicemen and women, it's needed. A lot of veterans feel like their lives are over, and they have nothing more positive to experience. But these games, you can see, tell a whole different story.
The recipient of the Pat Tillman Award for Service, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex.
Whoa. Come back. You guys got to stay here for me. Thank you, Elizabeth, Israel, and Kirsty. Stay here. You need to be with me. I'd like to begin by expressing my deepest gratitude to everyone at the Pat Tillman Foundation, led by Marie Tillman-Shenton, who I'm so honored is here tonight. I'd also like to acknowledge the Tillman family, especially Mrs. Mary Tillman, Pat's mother. Her advocacy for Pat's legacy is deeply personal and one that I respect. The bond between a mother and son is eternal and transcends even the greatest losses. The truth is, I stand here not as Prince Harry Pat Tillman Award recipient, but rather a voice on behalf of the Invictus Games Foundation and the thousands of veterans and service personnel from over 20 nations who have made the Invictus Games a reality. This award belongs to them, not to me. That said, it is of great importance to me to highlight these allies, athletes, and their amazing families for their achievements, their spirit, and their courage at every opportunity, especially on nights like this, in front of people like you. Moments like these help us reach those that need Invictus most and reduce more than 20 veterans a day taking their own lives in this country alone. For those who may not know, Invictus comes from Latin, meaning undefeated or unconquerable. Nelson Mandela credited the poem of the same name, written by the poet William Ernest Henley, for giving him the strength to endure nearly 30 years of imprisonment. Like that poem, the spirit of the Invictus Games transcends race, time, and borders. It is born from unity and exudes purpose. This year, we're celebrating 10 years of witnessing life-changing impact and healing through sport. And while so much progress has been made since those first games, the world outside seems to be in an even more precarious state. We live in an age marked by polarization and division. Conflicts rage around the globe. Anger and resentment towards those who are different seem to pervade societies everywhere. Our community challenges that. Our community proves that unity is not just possible, but formidable. The beauty of the Invictus Games lies in how it brings people together, no matter one's nationality, background, or personal struggles. It is a collective built from courage and mutual respect, where athletes discover time and time again the common denominator of their humanity. Having survived the crucible of armed combat and forged through the challenge to rebuild bodies and minds impacted by conflict, they form a family. They exemplify the very best in all of us. There is a military expression that dates back to Roman times. I'll spare you another Latin lesson. But the phrase translates roughly to leave no one behind. And they hold particular significance for the US Army's Rangers. And I have no doubt Pat Tillman and his comrades lived by those words. So, it is fitting that I end with them and make a promise on behalf of all of us at the Invictus Games Foundation. No matter the road ahead, we are here for you. We will leave no one behind. Thank you.